All right, let's talk about NVIDIA Omniverse. If you're a developer, jumping into this platform for the first time can feel a little bit like you're exploring a whole new galaxy. There's so much to see. So think of this as your star chart. We're going to make sense of it all.
So the big question is, how do you actually build for the 3D internet? This next evolution of our digital world. Whether you're making these massive industrial digital twins or maybe slick collaborative design tools, the fundamental challenge is always the same. Where do you even begin?
Well, that's where NVIDIA Omniverse comes in. It gives you the framework. And this guide, this is your roadmap. We're going to walk through all the key decisions you're going to face, right from that first spark of an idea all the way to a fully deployed application.
Okay, so here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the overall development roadmap. Then we'll dive into 3 core paths. First, how you handle all your 3D data. Second, how you actually build your application. And third, how to deploy it and get it out there. And then we'll wrap up with a really crucial final choice, picking the right Omniverse release for your project. So let's start with the big picture, right? Before we get into all the individual tools and the nitty-gritty, it's super important to understand the whole strategic journey, from concept to reality, inside the Omniverse ecosystem. Pretty much every Omniverse project, I don't care how big or small, it follows these 3 basic stages. First up is data exchange, and it's all about OpenUSD. Second is application building, that's where you create your service. And third, of course, is deployment, where you share your amazing creation with the world. Let's break each one of these down. Our first path is all about data. It's the foundation of any project, right? And in Omniverse, that foundation is built on OpenUSD. That's the open standard for describing and collaborating on 3D scenes. Seriously, getting this step right is absolutely critical. So to manage all this data, Omniverse gives you this amazing tool called Nucleus. And honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like Google Docs, but for 3D. It's a database and a live collaboration engine that becomes the single source of truth for your team's 3D assets. Now, here's why that's such a game changer. Nucleus lets you do true real-time collaboration. You could have artists and engineers working in totally different applications, but they're all connected to the exact same live OpenUSD scene. This just kills all those annoying file versioning problems and keeps everyone perfectly in sync. But beyond Nucleus, you've got even more specialized tools. If you need super fine-grained control, you can jump right into the OpenUSD APIs in Python or C++. If you need to build custom importers, the Exchange SDK gives you a huge head start. And for those really high-performance apps, you can tap into GPU-accelerated libraries for real-time scene manipulation. Pretty cool. Okay, so you've got a solid data pipeline in place. Now we're moving on to path 2, building the application. And here, you're going to face a really fundamental choice. Do you build something brand new from the ground up, or do you integrate Omniverse features into an application you already have? This choice really comes down to 2 main approaches. Building from scratch with the Omniverse Kit SDK, that's like getting a whole new Lego set, right? It's perfect for new apps that need really deep integration with rendering and physics. The other way is using service APIs. That's more like adding powerful, specialized plugins to a structure that already exists, letting you boost your workflow without a complete teardown and rebuild. And these service APIs, they are just incredibly powerful. Take the USD Search API, for example. It uses AI to let you search through enormous 3D asset libraries just by using natural language, like show me all the red sports cars, or the USD Code API, which can literally generate Python-USD code for you and answer complex technical questions. It's a massive time saver. All right, you've handled the data, you've built your application. Now for the final step, path 3, deployment. How do you get your amazing creation into the hands of your users? So here you have 2 main routes you can take. The self-managed option, that gives your DevOps team complete control. You can deploy custom containers to any cloud provider you want, total flexibility. But for a more hands-off approach, there's the NVIDIA managed option. That's where NVIDIA handles all the infrastructure, the security, the scaling, all of it through services like DGX Cloud. Okay, one last, and I mean crucial, decision to make for any serious project, choosing your Omniverse release. This is really about balancing the need for rock-solid production stability against the desire to play with all the cutting-edge new features. It pretty much breaks down like this. The feature branch is for development. It gets updated all the time with the latest and greatest tools, so it's perfect for building and testing. But when you're ready to go live, you switch to the production branch. This version is all about enterprise stability. It guarantees a stable API for 9 months, which ensures your live application stays totally reliable. So when you're ready to get your hands dirty and start building, where do you find everything? Well, you can find all the enterprise-supported software on NVIDIA GPU Cloud, or NGC. And for tons of sample content and reference apps, the Omniverse GitHub organization is going to be your best friend. So let's just do a quick recap of the Omniverse journey. It really boils down to 4 key decisions. For your data, you're going to manage OpenUSD with Nucleus. For your application, you'll choose between the Kit SDK or the service APIs. For deployment, you'll pick either a self-managed or NVIDIA-managed path. And finally, for your release, you'll use the feature branch for development and the production branch for deployment. See? Simple. So there you have it, a developer's roadmap to the Omniverse platform. It's modular, it's powerful, and it's built for this next era of the 3D internet. You have the map, so the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?